Good morning, Center High Cougars.
Welcome back to school and this edition of CTV. Today is January 7th, 2020, and I'm Bella Bruno.
And I'm Donnie Hunter. Here's the news you need to know. Let's begin with our sports calendar.
Boys soccer will play at home versus Cordova at 4:30 today.
Girls basketball will also play at home versus Liberty Ranch.
Tomorrow at 4:30, boys basketball will play at home versus Armeo.
On Thursday, boys soccer will play an away game at Highland at 4:30.
Also, girls basketball will play an away game versus Highlands at 5:30.
Wrapping up this week, girls soccer will play an away game at Oakmont.
That's it for sports.
Now let's turn to Savannah with this day in history.
On January 7, 1789, the United States of America held its very first presidential election. If you didn't know who won, you didn't do very well in kindergarten. Here's a hint. He's on the dollar bill. There are several things you should know. In 1789, the only people allowed to vote were white males who owned property. However, it wasn't the popular vote that elected the president. They used the Electoral College as it is still used today. Every state in the Union is given an equal number of electors as their combined total of senators and representatives elected to Congress. Essentially, voters tell their state which candidate they would like their electors to vote for. There was one major difference in 1789. Back then, each elector was given 2 ballots. The candidate with the second most votes became vice president. The runner-up, who became our first vice president, was John Adams. And he was voted alongside our first president, George Washington, on this day, January 7th, 1789. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Savannah. That's it for today. I'm Bella Bruno.
And I'm Donnie Hunter.
Thanks for watching CTV.